this ride, we're going to ride the East Mojave Heritage Trail, part of Segment 3 and Segment 4. So we started out staging by the Amboy Crater, and then we rode into the city of Amboy and went north.
Just a little bit off.
So we took a couple desert roads and eventually wound up on the EMHT Segment 3, the trail that goes from Rocky Ridge to Fenner. This first section cuts across all the washes from the Providence mountain range, so it was a pretty rough ride. Felt good to get on a smoother road after riding on all those washouts that were full of rocks.
Like there's some structures up ahead here.
Right here, we're going underneath the 40 freeway. And once we get on the other side, we'll be entering the Mojave Preserve. This was a long sandy wash that would eventually dump us out on Kelbaker Road.
Coming up, hard left.
It was a short distance before we got off the pavement and back onto the dirt, coming off of Kelbaker Road. This was a nice, smooth, flowy 2-track winding through the desert. Seems like every once in a while you get to move it along pretty good, and all of a sudden you don't see a turn that's coming up.
Watch that turn.
You just gotta be careful. We only had to go a short ways on Kelbaker Road until we got on this gas line road. It was had just had some maintenance done on it, so it was really smooth. They just plowed the whole road. Even though we are out in the middle of nowhere in this desert, occasionally you do run into somebody else doing the same thing. So a little ways back, if we would have went north, we would have went to the old Vulcan mine, which was a Kaiser steel mine for World War II. It's now closed. Now headed southeast towards Najah's Desert Oasis, which would be our gas stop, which was about in the middle of our route at about 70 miles. There was only 3 of us on this ride, and one of the guys had to get home, so he hopped on Route 66 and headed back to Amboy to take the 2.5-hour drive home. So we were back on the trail, heading towards the Piute Mountains Wilderness area. That was a train bridge we just went under for the Burlington Northern Santa Fe, which is one of the main routes east to west that goes through the Mojave Desert.
Map shows a little jog right here. If we go to the right and then pick it up past that bridge probably.
Yeah, this one will be easier.
We're actually on section 4 of the EMHT. This segment goes from Fenner to Needles. This section 4 going through the Piute Mountains was very picturesque. It really was a nice ride through here.
Okay, on it.
Like, this is really different riding than back to the other side.
So here we have left the East Mojave Heritage Trail. This is a trail called Sunset Trail. It's actually a deep sandy wash, and you gotta watch where you ride because it's pretty deep sand in the middle where the tire tracks were. So we just kind of either rode in the center or off to the side.
It's better in the middle.
I'm off on the side. It's pretty good.
Yeah, when I got in their track, it was terrible.
So we kind of got off track here a little bit, so we had to cut across and find the trail we were supposed to be on, which was the Old Woman Mountains Wilderness Pipeline Road.
I don't know. You want to go back and look?
It was propped open like the other end when we first started.
Well, let's be good Samaritans and go close it.
Well, there's no sign that says close it. Usually they would have a sign, right?
Yeah, but it does say live.
This was a airstrip that was in the middle of the desert out here. I do believe it was probably used by the gas line company to check their lines.
Oh, shit. There's your desert balloon. Oh, look, there's a sand dune to the left. We need to make a right turn at Albuquerque. We passed it by about a half mile.
I'm not seeing it.
Oh, the trail. This is it. It's just not very well marked. Is that it there?
The Trail Tech Voyager Pro really comes in handy when you're trying to find some GPX routes. It's probably one of the favorite accessories I've bought. We were on a trail that was number 390, so it was an actual trail. It just hadn't been used much lately, so the desert had been slowly taking it over. You can see it doesn't take long till the desert reclaims everything.
Okay, we're still on it. Hey, it's better than that road. Yeah, well, I'm on it right now. Oh, this isn't the trail. We need to be farther left. But it looks like it might run back into it.
So we ended up on a dirt road that just kind of parallels the railroad track. Eventually it'd take us to KD's road, which would take us back into Amboy.
I left it. In the middle and there to the right.
So here's Roy's Café, Hotel, and gas station. I think the only thing still open is the gas station and the convenience store.
Hey, gas is cheaper
I think
here.
they're trying to get everything opened back up as a tourist attraction on Old Route 66.
I wonder if the cafe's open. I don't think so. Might be.
You can see gas here is over $6 a gallon, but that's better than it was at Najah's Desert Oasis, where it was over $8 a gallon. Now we just hop on the road back to where we staged the truck at Amboy Crater, which you see in the distance there. So that's about it. I have a little map at the end if you want to see the route we took. Here's a map of the ride. We started out here at Amboy Crater and went all the way around, stopped halfway and got gas. So it was a total of 140-mile loop. But there's the crater we started at. We came up, went through the little town of Amboy, crossed over through the edge of the Providence mountain range. That was the really rough section. Here we got on a more well-used section of trail. And then we cut north right here, going towards Highway 40. This is where we got into the Providence Mountains and the Mojave Wilderness area. Then we cut on down over, and this is where the gas line road that was plowed was. Up to the top there, that red X, that's where the Vulcan mine is. And this long trail here is what takes you down to Najah's desert oasis. That's where the gas is, $8 a gallon. It was kind of funny because they only had one pump running, so there was a big long line because a semi-truck had turned around a few days earlier and taken out all the pumps. So you hop on Route 66 for a second and then get off it again. And Route 66 past this going west was actually closed because of washouts. I think it's been closed for a few years. And then we went through the Piute Mountains right here. Very scenic, nice area. And this was a really long, sandy, deep rutted road. If you got off the sides or the center, it was pretty difficult to ride in. And this is where we kind of headed over to another gas line road. I think it's called Old Woman's Gas Line Road. And right about here is where we lost the trail. And that's the airstrip right there. That's what that marker marks. This is all BLM land, so you can kind of take some liberties and ride where you want to usually. Just don't get too far off the beaten path. So we rode a little ways past the trail we wanted, had to come back to it. And this is where we found the trail that would take us all the way back to Amboy. And right here it just ran along the railroad all the way into town. It's kind of a boring part of the ride, but the rest was pretty good. And then from here, just back to Amboy Crater and head on home.